In the quiet village of Shivpur, the golden morning sun spills over ancient mango trees, painting the landscape in shades of honey and warm amber light. Arjun is known as the finest potter in the village, his hands moving with a grace that contradicts his cold and stern facial expression today. To the villagers, he is a man of few words and even fewer smiles, a person who values every single rupee more than he values leisure. His son, Gopal, lives in a world of play and hunger, always searching for the sweetest fruit or the next adventure hidden within the village orchards. "Stop that!" Arjun's voice booms through the air like thunder, making Gopal jump so high he drops his prize into the dusty ground below him. The boy pouts, his eyes rolling back as he realizes his snack is gone, caught once again by his father's sharp and unforgiving gaze today. Seema watches them from the doorway, her heart heavy as she realizes another request for Diwali clothes will likely be met with a cold refusal. "Money does not grow on trees," Arjun mutters, his eyes fixed on the small pile of coins that represent weeks of hard work and bitter sweat. As the Festival of Lights approaches, the house remains silent and dull, lacking the festive spark that seems to ignite every other home in Shivpur. But in the darkest corner of the workshop, hidden beneath a dirty old sack, lies a secret that Arjun guards with his very life and soul. Every time someone nears that corner,
I told you
Arjun's eyes
specifically
sharpen,
not to haggle with that
protecting the
vendor.
mysterious
Now look,
vessel
we're
as if it held the
completely
greatest
late.
treasure
But
in all of
Seema,
India's
the
lands.
prices were too
"Your father
high."
is as stingy as a winter night," Seema complains to Gopal, her hands flying through the air to emphasize her husband's extreme frugality. Gopal agrees, wondering why his father hides his earnings away while the rest of the village prepares for the biggest celebration of the entire year. Late at night, when the village is asleep, Arjun moves like a shadow, his footsteps silent on the cool earth as he enters the workshop. The clink of metal against clay echoes softly in the stillness, a sound that Arjun hopes will remain his secret until the time is right. In the flickering light, the lines on his face seem deeper, telling a story of sacrifice that his wife and son have yet to understand. Outside the workshop, two pairs of eyes watch through the darkness, their minds racing with theories about what could be hidden in that old pot. Gopal imagines the pot is full of treats, dreaming of honey-soaked laddus and spicy snacks that would make his stomach dance with joy and delight. Seema dreams of the security that gold could bring, wondering if her husband is hoarding wealth while they struggle to keep their daily lives afloat. As the flame dies, the workshop returns to darkness, leaving the family in a state of growing doubt and quiet resentment toward the master potter. When Arjun leaves for the market the next day, a heavy silence falls over the home, but it is a silence filled with secret plans. "Today is the day," Gopal whispers to himself, clutching a stick as if he were a brave soldier about to storm a heavily guarded fortress. Seema hesitates, but her curiosity wins. She pushes the door open slowly, the hinges creaking like a warning from the gods themselves in the heat. The workshop feels different without Arjun's presence. The clay smells thicker, and the secret corner seems to pulse with a hidden, mysterious energy today. Step by step, the boy approaches the mystery, his heart beating against his ribs like a trapped bird seeking a way out of its cage. The secrets of the clay pot are finally within reach, and soon the truth about Arjun's hoarding will be revealed to the entire family's shock. Gopal decides to use a stick, afraid to touch the pot directly, but his aim is shaky and his hands are sweating from the pressure. With a sudden slip, the boy's dignity disappears as he crashes into a pile of wet clay, his face becoming a mask of grey mud. He looks more like a clay statue than a boy now,
Oh no,
blinking
the
through the mud
balls!
while his mother tries
Seema,
not to laugh
look
at his
out!
misfortune. Seema rushes to help, but her clumsiness is contagious, and she accidentally bumps into a shelf of freshly dried bowls that begin to tilt dangerously. Time seems to slow down as the pottery begins its descent, a choir of fragile clay ready to sing its final song upon the floor. The sound is deafening, a sharp crack that echoes through the house, marking the end of hours of Arjun's hard and dedicated manual labor today. Panic sets in as they scramble to hide the evidence, their hands moving in a blur of desperation to fix what cannot be easily mended. Gopal only succeeds in smearing the clay further, looking like a confused forest spirit as he tries to help his mother clean the mess. Suddenly, the sunlight is blocked by a tall, imposing figure, and a long shadow stretches across the floor like a dark omen of trouble. Arjun has returned early, and his presence freezes the air in the room, his silence more terrifying than any shout he could ever produce now. His eyes sweep across the disaster, taking in the broken work and the guilt written clearly on the faces of his terrified wife and son. They stand frozen, waiting for the storm to break, but Arjun simply stares at them with a look of deep, silent disappointment in his eyes. He says nothing, which is far worse than a lecture, as he walks past the wreckage to check on his precious hidden clay pot corner. Seeing his secret is still safe, he lets out a breath he didn't know he was holding, his shoulders dropping with the weight of it. "Go," he says quietly, his voice cracking slightly.
"Leave the workshop
Leave this
immediately.
place and let me finish my work in peace before the sun sets today." Diwali
Happy
night
festival,
arrives with a burst of
everyone!
light and color.
The
The village of
lights are
Shivpur
beautiful
transforming
this year.
into a glittering sea of
Look,
flickering oil
another
lamps and joy.
firework.
While other houses glow with warmth, Arjun's home remains in the shadows, a dark island in a sea of celebration and festive light tonight. Inside, the air is thick with sadness as Seema and Gopal pick at their modest meal, feeling the weight of their father's perceived selfishness today. Gopal watches the sparks of light through the glass, his heart heavy with the realization that this Diwali will be just like any other day. Then Arjun enters the room, his footsteps breaking the silence as he carries the mysterious clay pot that has caused so much tension and doubt. He places it firmly on the table, the sound of the clay hitting the wood echoing like a gavel in a courtroom about to speak. For
I
a
should have
moment,
told you this
he
sooner.
looks at them with an expression they haven't seen in
What
years.
happened that
A
night?
flicker of something soft hidden
wasn't
behind
an
his hard
accident.
mask. With a decisive strike, he breaks the seal of his secret, the clay falling away to reveal that it was never about hoarding cold coins. Inside are spools of the finest silk thread, colors so bright they seem to hold the essence of the sun and the sky within them. He reaches in and pulls out a pair of gold earrings, delicate and beautiful, intended for the wife who thought he had forgotten her beauty. Seema's breath catches in her throat, her eyes filling with tears as she realizes the depth of the love her husband could never quite voice. For Gopal, there is a
Look
wooden
what I
horse
have here,
carved
Gopal.
with such detail that it looks ready to gallop
Wow,
right off the
it is
table and into his
beautiful.
arms.
Thank
The boy's
you, Arjun.
sadness vanishes in an instant, replaced by a wonder that only a child can feel when a dream suddenly becomes a tangible reality. But there is more. Arjun pulls out a folded paper, a receipt showing that his mother-in-law's long-standing medical debts have been paid in full today. The weight that has been crushing Seema's family for years is gone, lifted by the man she thought was only interested in saving his pennies. And for Gopal, the gift of a future. The school
Told you
fees
I
for
had
the
it covered.
entire year have been settled, ensuring the boy will learn and
This is
grow.
amazing!
I am
can't
not a man of
believe it.
words, Arjun says softly,
I saved
his voice
every
trembling
penny I could.
as he admits the struggle he
I had
endured
to
make this night
to
possible.
afford these things for our
The
family's
silence in the
future.
room is now one of awe and gratitude,
Wow,
as the
look
truth
at this
of Arjun's
one.
character
It's
is
amazing.
finally
Open
revealed
it
in the
up.
dim light. Seema
I
throws
can't
her
believe
arms
we
around
got
him,
all this.
her tears of joy washing away the months of doubt and anger that had built up in her heart. Gopal clings to his father, realizing that the man he feared was actually his greatest hero, working in the shadows to protect his childhood dreams. For the first time in a long time, Arjun smiles, a genuine expression that lights up his face more than any candle ever could tonight. The broken pot served its purpose, its shell no longer needed, now that the treasures of love and sacrifice have been shared with everyone involved. Come, Arjun says, his voice
Welcome
full of
everyone.
warmth.
Please
Let us light our
the
home
lamps
so the
and
whole
join the
village
celebration.
knows that we are celebrating together this year. Together, they place the glowing
Look how
lamps
bright
along the
they
edge of
are.
their home, the light chasing
It's
away the shadows of
beautiful,
the
isn't
past
it?
and the cold
I
darkness.
want to light the next
Gopal
one.
dances in his new festive attire, his laughter ringing out like bells as he celebrates the best Diwali he has ever experienced in his life. Seema feels a renewed sense of pride and love for her husband, realizing that his harshness was merely a shield for his immense caring heart. The flame of the lamp burns steady and true, much like the silent devotion that has guided Arjun through every long and difficult day of work. The workshop is no longer a place of secrets and toil, but a testament to the hard work that builds the foundation of a family. Neighbors stop to offer their blessings, surprised to see the potter's house
Wow,
transformed
the lights
into the
are
most beautiful
finally
and
on.
radiant home
Hello
in the
there,
entire
Arjun.
village tonight.
We missed you.
Arjun shares the fruits of his labor
Here you
with the
go, little
community.
one.
His
May your
hands,
home be
once
filled
seen
with
as cold,
light.
now
Thank you,
offering
Arjun
warmth and
Bhaiya.
light to
They are
everyone
so
he meets.
pretty.
The night is filled with
Try
sweetness
this
and
laddu,
song,
Dad.
a
It's
reminder
fresh.
that the greatest
Oh,
gifts
it
are
looks
often those that
wonderful.
require
Happy
the most
Diwali.
patience and silent
Everyone take
sacrifice.
some. There's plenty
As the
for all of
festival
us.
continues, the entire village shines with a collective hope, but none so brightly as the small home of a humble potter. The secret of the clay pot is finally out, revealing that behind a father's stern exterior lies a heart of gold and infinite, quiet love. This Diwali, the brightest light does not come from oil lamps, but from the silent sacrifices of a father whose love is deeper than words.